when you choose something else, how are you going to start and maintain it? What are the first steps you are going to do to take action to achieve your goal, and can you maintain it? This is really important. In the formula that we provide to get beyond resistance to change, we talk about dissatisfaction times by your vision plus your first steps have to be greater than the degree of resistance that is applicable. So what are your first steps? If it's a case, for example, that you're exercising and you now say, well, I want to be healthy, so you go and buy a gym, you buy the new shoes, you buy the new Fitbit or Apple Watch to monitor it. Is this going to be something you're going to keep going? That you're going to keep doing? Or are you going to use that as the excuse for not doing because you bought the right gear, or the gear with no idea? This could be in any context. You want to improve your knowledge, so you decide you're going to read a book a week. Is that realistic that you can keep going and you can maintain it? If it isn't, you're going to increase the resistance to the outcome that you've put in mind, and you're going to become disenfranchised, disenchanted with what you're trying to achieve. So check in here, is it something that you can start and maintain? If the answer is no, you can loop back to yourself and say, okay, what needs to happen to enable that to occur? Because unless I can do that, right, all the thinking and the dreaming will never manifest itself into the results you're looking for. This is also applicable in the business goal. Think about it. Is any of the changes you're going to take, you're going to implement, are they going to be able to start? Sure, because you're going to direct it, perhaps using role power. But is it maintainable? Are you setting goals that are just going to destroy the morale of the team, and therefore the enthusiasm that everyone's bought into at day one is going to diminish by day 2 and will have disappeared completely by day 5? So knowing what those first steps are and recognising that they need to be maintained is critical. But it's a really good checking point, because you can then look at the situation and decide what has to change so that I can maintain it. What other resources do I need to bring to the situation to deliver that maintenance? This brings me on to contextualisation. And what do I mean by this? Whether or not what you have chosen, what do you want, is appropriately contextualised. This is the questions you want to ask, is when and where do you want this to occur, and with who? And actually, when and where do you not want it to occur? Who do you not want it in that picture, in that future that you're creating for yourself? But how long as well do you want this to be lasting? Get all that, and then we can start worrying about the ecology. And I'm not in this instance talking about the ecology of the planet, but your own sense of ecology. Are you prepared to pay the cost for doing this? That cost can manifest itself. You've got to go and take trainings. You've got to budget. You may have to make a shrewd investment. Are you prepared to put in the time and effort needed to achieve the goals that you've set out in place? And really importantly, is how does this sit with the sense of self? Go back to the presentation I gave about being. The sense of identity underpinned all of the other aspects of being. So if this goal that you're looking for really changes fundamentally who you are, how you see yourself to be, is that really going to work for you? Is it going to be long lasting? Is it really your goal now? And therefore, is it an outcome that you're going to be able to sustain? It's for these reasons that the well-formed outcome is more more appropriately utilised in the aspects of changing self and the personal behaviours, rather than the smart goals that are utilised within the change work within your business and the goals that you set for departments, for members of your team and yourself.